What is up, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Loadout, hosted by myself, Katie Bedford, and Study. I'm super excited to get into things. We do have Miles Boykin from the Baltimore Ravens joining us for our very first episode. And a quick note, of course, from our sponsor, Draft Buff. We want to say thank you to them for helping sponsor the Loadout. Draft Buff is a free and social fantasy esports app hosting season-long fantasy leagues for the Call of Duty League and other esports. Jay and I are going to draft from CDL later today for CDL Florida. You won't want to miss it at the end of the show. We're going to go ahead and do that. It should be a lot of fun. They also have a salary style tournament open to everyone. So please head over draftbuff.com. It's in the description. Get that app open. I'm also going to need your help drafting my team because Study knows a lot more than I do. And that's where you guys come in to help me out. But Miles, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So tell us a little bit about yourself because obviously you are on the Baltimore Ravens and your kind of career in NFL is just beginning, right?
Absolutely. I just finished my first year. It's kind of a great year for, a rookie to be able to go 14-2 and then make the playoffs, obviously.
Not too shabby, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was definitely a blessing being on the team that I was on.
Now, what's your history? And Jay, I know want to know too. What's your history like with Call of Duty itself?
I love Call of Duty. It started with, I always say, Modern Warfare 2. That was the first time I really started playing. So that's probably
the game.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite Call of Duty. Either that or the first Black Ops. Those are my two favorite. But it started like just playing Call of Duty, and then I started loving zombies. So I played zombies a lot. So that really got me into Call of Duty.
Jay, were you ever big into zombies? Okay, because I can't handle anything horror, so I never touched zombies. But Jay, did you ever play that at all?
Honestly, I only played it like if I was playing with like family and friends and stuff like that. It wasn't really, that serious to me. I'm out there trying to kill everything in the multiplayer or in the war zone. It don't matter. You know me, I was a competitive player. I gotta stay on my toes. I gotta be shooting at people back.
I had a whole routine down. I'd go work out, go to class, get back, and play 2 hours of zombies, go to sleep.
So what was the highest level you ever hit on zombies? Because they get harder and harder.
I couldn't even tell you that. It was so long ago. I mean, it was high. I think it was whichever one you could get the enchanted bows and stuff on. That was definitely the one that we was the best on.
Okay, so that was pretty high. That had to be 30 plus. So
it might have been 30. Yeah, it might have been 30.
Well, consider me impressed. Now I need to know: have you played through the Modern Warfare campaign at all for the most recent game?
No, not this campain.
You've got to. It's so good, dude. It's so good. You've got to.
I don't play no campaign.
Jay, you haven't done it either?
No, I told you. I like to get into action. If I'm just shooting against the computer, it don't count. I haven't touched a campaign since Modern Warfare 2, to be honest.
Same, same.
You guys, no bullshit. It is, I think, one of the top 3 campaigns at every every Call of Duty ever. It's absolutely incredible. I know, Jay, you're like, yeah, I'm never going to play that.
I'm still not going to play it. So. I'll stick to the war zone.
No. Warzone and zombies. But I know, Miles, you were telling us before we went live that you haven't played a lot of Warzone.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love playing multiplayer, so I never really got into it like that. I mean, I play it when I can, when all my boys are playing, I'll play it, and I still like it. I just don't like it more than multiplayer.
What's your favorite gun that you like to use, when you're running around the multiplayer? You like to use the ride shift?
FAL. No, I'm not a ride.
FAL? Really?
Really? You got the trigger finger in that? You got the trigger finger? You be shooting fast? Do.
In hardcore, you don't need it.
Ooh! Hardcore with the FAL. Sheesh. That was not an answer I expected at all.
I don't know how you like hardcore. Whenever I play that, I lose my mind. I start ripping out my hair and stuff like that. Because you don't know where you're getting shot from. You have no idea. And it takes one bullet to kill.
That's
the beauty of it.
Yeah, because they don't know where you at either.
Wait, Miles is cracked at all times when he's playing multiplayer. Yeah, I'm astounded.
What sensitivity do you play on?
Oh no, my sensitivity ain't high. My sensitivity, it's 5 or 6.
Okay, that's what I play.
Yeah. Most of us play 5.
That's normal.
But I'll be watching people play, and they I don't know how they move around like that. They just be.
Some of them be on PC. I'm telling you, the PC people, they different. Yeah. They got mouse and keyboard, so everything's a lot faster.
Yeah, no,
they be destroying the hell out of people.
It's not fair
either. Hells no, it's not fair. Hells no.
So I want to rewind a little bit to kind of your rookie season and getting drafted and what your experience with the NFL has been like. Because I imagine you have not had a ton of time to play Call of Duty when all of that's been going on. So what's the last like year and a half been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's been busy. Obviously,
Mhm.
you get done with college, and the thing with me was, so I left midway through my senior year, so I still had to take classes to graduate when I was training for the combine. And that whole time is just, really busy time. You're training every single day. You have a diet, and then you still got to worry about class. And then after the combine hits, I went back to campus to finish the classes in person and graduate. And then in the middle of that, you get drafted. And so as soon as you get drafted, you got to fly out to, I had to fly out to Baltimore
Mhm.
and then be here for like mini camps and then still travel to LA to do like promotional things, and it's a lot of traveling. It's a lot of time, but I wouldn't take it back for anything. Actually, one of the when I was training for the combine, I would play Call of Duty every day because that's all there was to do. Like I couldn't do anything else. Um, but yeah, I mean I think that's probably one of the reasons why I love Call of Duty so much. It's just stress reliever for me.
I love sports, man, and I just can't even imagine like all the training, like, cause you living your dream right now. Like I was living my dream when I was a competitive player, like doing the
Yeah.
Call of Duty stuff. But like when you get drafted and you hit your name and you going across that stage, and you just feel like everything that you work for is just right here for this moment. And now that you're starting your career, I was looking at your stats. You scored 3 touchdowns last year, and that's pretty good. You got Lamar Jackson; he was running all over the field. So like you got to be feeling really good, especially going into next year having such a great rookie year, 14-2, like you said, you got to be feeling on the top of the world. Only thing you could do now is just get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a rookie year, and I definitely, I started a lot of games, and now I'm going into this next season just building off of what I did last season and just hitting a new level. And that's what it's about in the NFL, getting better every year. We got the team to do it. Obviously, we got Lamar Jackson, one of the best players in the league, period, regardless of
Yeah,
position.
Madden 21 cover.
And Madden 21 cover, and he's exciting. The thing about Lamar is, I feel like everybody on our team knew what he was capable of. We knew what he was going to do. And when we went out there and watched him play, it was like we had seen this already. We're just rewatching it. We've seen it in camp all the time. And he's a special dude and a tremendous leader. So it's awesome to be able to play with a guy like that.
Jay, how similar was it for you? Because obviously we can talk about Miles' rookie year, and you had a rookie year for your competition in Call of Duty. So what was that like for you compared to what he's told you about his rookie year in the NFL?
Well, basically the same thing. It's just like you have to train so much just to get better or improve in a certain game type. Well, for my instance, a game type. So, like in the beginning when I was starting, it was just search and destroy. Back in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, that's all I was playing. I was trying to perfect myself to win those kind of game modes and guarantee those game modes. And then eventually, when we went into Black Ops 2, which is basically my rookie season, I ended up taking a 10-hour drive to Chicago with my little brother. It was just like a local team that we got, and we ended up getting top 16. And that's like something that I wasn't really expecting because these are all the players that I was watching, like when I was online, and like just how good they were, and the fact that I was even able to place top 16, outplacing some of the pro players that I was eventually looking up to, was dope. But then, like as the year went on, you got to understand, like you need to get better. You need to like even if it's not your rookie year or just like throughout your entire career, you just need to get better. So like for my rookie year, I was grateful for it. I was only 18 years old. I ended up getting an opportunity to join Envious, and once I joined Envy, I had to move all the way to North Carolina to like fulfill my dream. And I left to North Carolina with only $5.45 in my pocket. So like all my teammates were just supporting the shit out of me. You had Rambo, you had
Mm-hmm.
Nameless, you had Merc. They were all just taking care of me until we went to like the $1 million tournament. And then at that $1 million tournament, we almost got knocked out on the first day, which was Friday, and that would have been terrible because we qualified earlier at like a regional tournament, and we ended up making it to the championship tournament. And once we made it there, we almost got eliminated the first day, and like that would have set me back like completely. But like the rookie year was just how you were going to be able to bounce back. And then like the way that me and Nameless bounced back so fast, we ended up going from top 32 to going through losers bracket from 16th place and getting all the way to second, like to getting all the way to the grand
Wow.
finals. I'm 18 years old playing for $1 million and I get second place, and like that's something that we weren't even expecting as a team. So like that was where like you just gotta let them know like I'm here to shut shit down, and that's just basically what happened, man. 18-year-old kid, man, living the dream, and that's just what it was.
Miles, did you ever have any moments like that where, like Jay was saying, he almost got knocked out in that tournament and kind of like that, not necessarily being sure of what's going to happen next? Did you ever experience anything like that when you were still working your way toward making it into the NFL?
Um, I don't know about that, but I could definitely relate to, he's talking about he being an 18-year-old kid
Yeah.
going against people he's been watching his whole life, and that's the grind I think of any professional sport. So like for me, I'm going into the league and I'm playing against people who've been here for 7, 8 years. I played against Tom Brady, who's been in the league for what? How many?
Brady.
20,
You gotta tell us, what is that like? What is that like?
that was probably the only player like I stepped onto the field with, and I was just like, wow, like I'm really playing like against Tom Brady. Like
Greatness.
I was 3 years old. I was 3 years old when he came into the league. Like,
That's
ridiculous.
insane. Like that's the crazy part.
I
It's
think
like
that's the coolest part of the sport too, though. At the same time, because it's just like you're on the same level as people who've been doing it, their whole life, and now I'm on that level, just like you're on that level playing with people who you've been watching, your whole life. So
for sure.
I think it's awesome. It's just it's humbling too at the same time, but you still got to have that swagger that when you step in there, like there's a reason why I'm here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you say obviously being humble is important, but you're stepping out on the field, you're playing against Tom Brady, you're doing all of these crazy things. So how do you not get ahead of yourself and kind of study for you as well when you were getting second place at champs at 18? Like Miles, how do you not kind of get a big head when it comes to where you are in your life and what you're accomplishing?
I mean, it's easy. I just got to turn on the film. I turn on the film and I watch, and there's a million things I can get better at. Like I don't look at the good things. I look at the things that I can get better at, especially just being my first year. So it's easy to humble yourself if you look for it. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I'm living my dream. So anything that I do to get better, I'm doing it because I love the game. I play football because I love the sport. So anything else that comes with it is extra, and it's just fun to me. I would do anything to play this game, and that's why I play it right now. It's put me in a great position to be able to help my family out. So that's why I love the game.
Jay, what was it like for you?
About.
Yeah, kind of similar mentality, or?
Nah, yeah, for sure. Like I was 18 years old when I made $50,000. What did you think? I remember when I first had an interview, and they were like, "What are you about to spend all this money on?" I was like, "I'm about to buy Gucci everything." But then as I realized a couple months go by, it's just like, yo, my family need this, my mom's needed that, my brother needed this, and it was just like I was so happy to be in that position to where I could help them. And only being 18 years old, because I remember prior to that, I was telling my mom because she wanted me to go directly to college. I was a pretty good student when I was in school, and then right after once I graduated high school, it was just like I was in a point in my life where I just didn't know what I wanted to do, at least for myself. I knew I wanted to go take this pursuing in gaming, but like it was a really big risk, but I was really willing to take it. And like I didn't have anybody support until I actually sat down with my parents and I told them, I was like, "Mom, listen, like just give me 4 months, and the 4 months, if nothing works out, then I would definitely go back to school." And that's just what it was. And that 4 months ended up getting second and changing my entire life. And I'm still grateful to this day. I'm still living the same exact life that I started back when I was 18.
Now, I gotta ask, Miles. You said, so what's life like for you right now? Obviously, everyone's dealing with kind of the Rona lockdown. So what is it like for you? Because for us, for gamers, we can just kick it here at home. Not a lot necessarily changes. But what's it like for you? How are you adapting? What's it like to be an NFL player who's got to prepare and you're stuck at home?
I mean, there's pros and cons to it. Pros, I get to be at home, finally. I don't have to go out all the time and, do a bunch of things. And, I just get to relax finally. And I feel like this is the first time I got to, be able to relax in a while. But cons, I'm itching to get back into the sport that I love.
Sure.
I can't go out and play football every day. But, at the same time, like, obviously, Call of Duty, that's what I got to do every day now. I do my workouts, I watch my TV shows, and then, later on I get on the game. So, that's pretty much, that's all I've been doing, really. That's all there is to do.
So how do we get you to start playing Warzone more with us? Because I'm not saying that Jay is going to carry you to wins, but he definitely will. I'll be a cheerleader in the back, but he's got you. So we got to get you into more Warzone.
If he carries me to a win and I get 3 kills, I'll be happy with that.
Wait, Jay, that's the most doable thing in the world.
Because I'm a team player.
I play with some really, really bad people sometimes. No one throwing any names
with a launcher to take out the UAV. I'm a team player. That's the type of person.
UAV. You can't take out a UAV in a
no,
Warzone.
I'm talking about a multiplayer. multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
Wait, he's the best kind of player. He's the best kind of teammate then.
That's the best thing. If you're going to have my heals, if you're going to drop me my bullets, you know what I'm saying? The armor plates, you right there, dog.
As long as you give me that win. Now, if you don't give me the win, we're going to have an issue.
Listen, I promise you. We're going to get a win. I promise you.
No, all I know, Miles, it's been so funny. The change in when I started playing Call of Duty with any semblance of trying to get better started with Jay, and this poor
Yeah.
guy has had to take me through search and destroy wagers with people. He's had to take me through Warzone, and I've gotten. I would like to think Jay at least a little bit better, but watching someone like him play, for someone like me, or watching Miles, someone like you play in your respective sport that you're so good at is really kind of, I guess, fascinating, especially when I can sit there and like watch it happen in real time. So I guess in terms of that, Miles, when did you figure out, kind of as you were growing up playing football, that you were like, this is my thing. I'm really good at this. I can do this. I can make it. I can go to the NFL.
Yeah, that's a hard question because I mean, honestly, like ever since I could remember, like my dream was always playing, in the NFL. That was always my dream. That's always what I wanted to do. So once I stepped foot on the field, my job was just, I was just playing for fun. But like that
Hmm.
was my dream. So I never really had, pressure on me to be like, this is my goal. I have to do this. If I don't do it, it's the end of the world. It was never like that. And then when I got to college, like my freshman year, I redshirted, and I was like, well, this ain't going the way I planned. School is tough. Football is tough. I'm not playing my freshman year, and I just kept growing. I kept grinding, and I make it to my junior year, and I have a breakout, and then my senior year, I have another breakout season, and I look. I'm a third round draft pick in the NFL. Playing all 16 games for the best team in the NFL for during the regular season. Um, for me, it was just always about I love this sport, and that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to play football, so I was never going to let anything stand in the way of it. It didn't matter what it was. Not everybody loves school, so what did I do? Of course, I picked one of the best schools in the country. I go to Notre Dame,
Okay.
but it didn't matter to me because I knew my end goal wanted to be in the NFL, so
Hmm.
I was going to do whatever it took to get there.
I know everybody. Well, usually everybody that goes to the NFL had like an inspirational person, like from the sport, that like inspired you to be there. Like when I watched, for me to be a Cowboys fan, I'm sorry because I know you're a Ravens player, but I'm a Cowboys fan. Well, back in the day, the reason why I became a fan of them is because I was watching To. So like, To was just the man to me. He just talked mad shit. And like that's what I did throughout my entire Call of Duty career. Like we was playing against each other, I was talking shit to you. It's just how it was. And if it wasn't, like you was just gonna hit me at the end of the day. I'm just a really loud person. But like, is there someone in the NFL that like inspired you, like from where you started? And also, now that you're a Baltimore Raven, was that your original favorite team growing up as well?
Ooh, good questions.
I didn't. I never had this. I never had a favorite NFL team. That's
Really?
to answer the
Okay.
first one. I never had one. But
Okay.
my favorite player was Calvin Johnson, hands down.
Woo!
Hands down, not even close.
Megatron.
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 Yeah, he was one of the reasons why I picked 81. From high school to college, and I would have picked it in the NFL, but somebody had it already, so I
Okay.
took it. But yeah, for sure, Calvin Johnson, man, just the way he plays. I even had a chance to talk to him actually when I was like in the combine. I had a chance to talk to him, so it was awesome just to hear from somebody like that. And obviously, I try to model my game after him because to me, he's one of the all-time great receivers.
So, to someone who may not be necessarily as familiar with how the draft works, and especially maybe not from a first person experience like you had going through it, can you tell us a little bit about the emotions of that? What it's like, how much you know necessarily versus how much you don't know? Kind of what was that whole experience like for you?
Well, I think it's the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. Like nothing even compares to it just because so you head into it. So I had another year eligibility, so I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm saying,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
want to go. I can't go back to college. I want to go to the NFL. That's the first thing that stresses you out. Second, you start getting information. Okay, so like where are you grading at? Where do you think you're going to be drafted at? And for me, I was projected to be a day 2 pick, which fortunately that came true, but that's not always the case with everybody. So you have like day 1, day 2, day 3, undrafted free agent. And so for me, it came down to talking to my agent, talking to my mom. I want to leave, and this is what I want to do. Then draft day comes, and then draft day, nothing ever happens according to plan. I don't care about all the mock drafts, all the analysts. It never rolls out that way.
You
So
wake up anxious as hell that day. What were you feeling?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You gotta have butterflies for sure.
I remember, honestly remember. I didn't think I was gonna go in the first round. Like it was pretty much considered I was not going in the first round. So I was praying that all like a bunch of receivers went in the first round because that just means I'm gonna get drafted higher.
Sure.
And there was only 2 in the first round, which is bad. Normally there's like 5. So that was already a bad sign for me. So I was like sitting there thinking like, oh gosh. So then day 2 comes. Day 2 is just a second and third round. Receivers are coming off the board left and right, left and right. And I'm getting to the third round and I'm sitting there looking at my mom. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like I'm just waiting. My brother's there. My dad is there. And finally, like my phone started ringing. And probably the best thing about it is that it's an unknown number. And it just said like Baltimore, Maryland, like calling, blah, blah, blah. So
what was that moment like when you saw that number start coming through, just seeing Baltimore?
I was conflicted because if someone was playing on my phone, I would have been so mad.
Yeah, see, if somebody would have called you, like, oh, damn.
I might have broke my phone. But then when I picked it up, I think I was more relieved at first, and then I got excited after. So like I picked it, I was like, oh, thank God I got drafted. Like, because that's your biggest worry. You just want to be drafted. You want to be picked by a team that believes in you, and you want to go out there and prove yourself. And then my mom starts crying, and the rest was history. And I flew out later that weekend, and I became a Baltimore Raven, and I love it here. I'm in a great situation.
Oh, I think we may have lost Miles for a moment. I'm not sure if he had a little blip on his. Oh, are you back, Miles? There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So you signed up and you went to Baltimore, and kind of the rest is history now.
Absolutely, yeah. Playing for a great organization. People believe in me here. My teammates believe in me, and you're just surrounded by great people here.
So have you ever considered saying, you know what, the NFL is fun, but I crush at zombies, and maybe I'm going to go pro in COD instead?
If you told me that I could be as good at Call of Duty as I am football, I might do that. I think about that.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, it's not that easy. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people that put in time on a daily basis, and they still ass.
I guarantee you probably put twice as much time into Call of Duty, so I know.
Oh yeah, because I never gotta leave the house. You understand? I never gotta leave the house.
And there's always somebody on getting better.
Exactly, exactly.
It's not sweet. Trust me, I know it's not sweet. So.
So I guess, and Jay, I actually kind of want to ask you this first. What is it like to keep up that motivation and that drive, right? Because whether it's football or Call of Duty or anything else, like I've never experienced that, right? Like I've never experienced being at the level that you guys are in your respective sports. So what is it like to kind of keep up that drive to just go and go and go?
Oh, well, honestly, for me, it's like after I won my first championship, obviously you feel on top of the world. You feel like you're the best player. And then I followed up at the next couple of events, got second and got third. And it was just like, all right, I need to get back to the top. But like in that situation, like when I got second and third, I ended up getting dropped by my team. So like after that happens, like whenever I play my old team, that's who I'm gonna have the fire for. It's just like I want to prove to you guys that I was worth the player that you guys didn't think I was. And then you remember what I did to Nameless Kate. Like once Nameless dropped me, once he dropped me,
you gotta tell me what you did.
All right, so this is my teammate. This is my teammate for like, we made history. This is the one I won 50K with. And then like a couple years go forward, we're moving on to an organization called Evil Geniuses, and we're not playing too well in the beginning. So then he eventually decides to drop me. So once he drops me, I'm like, all right. So then we're going to the $1 million tournament like of that year for that game. We play them to knock. If we beat them, we knock them out and we go through, and they're just out the tournament first day. I was playing against them, and I was just looking at my boys. I was sitting right next to me. It was me, Temp, Dashy, and Ricky. I was like, look at these guys. They dropped me. We destroyed them. We beat them 3-0. Like, and like, just like ever since, like, whenever I know I'm playing against like one of my boys or like former teammates and stuff like that, that gives me the drive, like to just be better, to show them like I was definitely worth more than a player than they thought I was, for sure.
Now, Miles, what about you? Have you ever had like a moment like what Jay described, or how does it work with you for kind of like keeping up that drive and that passion of like, yes, you're here, you had a great rookie year, you're on Baltimore, but you got to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I think the motivation is the NFL just recycles all the time. You always get new players, so that's that's my motivation. Shoot, I mean, nothing's guaranteed. We're on a rookie contract, so nothing's guaranteed. Especially after your first year, so you have to continue to prove that you're the player that this organization wants. You're the player that you want to be. You have to continue to get better because there's always new people coming up. It's that simple. If you're not going to do it, someone else will.
Yep.
So it's not like you get so many second chances here. So you got to just ball out every year. You continue to get better, and you got to stay out of trouble. Yeah, you just got to, like I said, you just got to play.
Yeah, that was one thing with me. I couldn't stay out of trouble. Like
Jay,
when I became one of those players, and I was just like, my name was so big, I was always in some shit I wasn't supposed to be in. So that was also like a downturn in my career, but it's alright. I had good times.
No, we live and we learn, and that's the most you can do. But all right, so Study has Nameless, his former teammate, a dear friend of both of ours. We worked with him last year. So Study crushed Nameless's hopes and dreams after being
Oh yeah,
dropped. Miles, do you have anyone similar to that, or anyone that you love playing against and love beating in particular, like a friend of yours or anyone else on another team that you kind of had that fire to take down?
Not like, I mean, in college it used to just be USC. I used to love playing against USC, but I hated them at the same time. Stanford, obviously. Those are the teams I used to hate playing against in college. And the NFL is obviously Pittsburgh. I mean, that's one of the biggest rivalries in football for us. We love playing against Pittsburgh, and the atmosphere is crazy every time. So, I'm growing into that rivalry and growing to hate them. But no, it's an awesome rivalry. But there's always respect there at some point. But at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and win.
Now, I gotta ask, because I don't think we've touched on this yet, but do you have a favorite Call of Duty? Because obviously for me, I would say Modern Warfare 2. I'm not sure what Jay's answer is, but I'd love to know if you have one that's kind of stuck with you more than the rest of the titles.
It's a toss up because it's between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, the first Black Ops. It's a toss up for me, man. I might just say Black Ops because of the zombies. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 didn't
Yeah.
have, but
Yeah,
Modern
you're
Warfare
like, fuck the campaign. We don't care about that, even though Modern Warfare 2 was the best ever, but we got
Modern Warfare
zombies.
2 had a great one. It had a great one, but I mean, I couldn't even. My mom didn't even let me play it like that because I was young when it came
Neither
out.
did
So
mine. Neither did mine. I used to
I
have
had
to
to sneak it. I had to
school,
sneak it into the
sneak
house.
exactly. I used to do the same thing.
Man, but I mean, Modern Warfare 2, it's just that, I still remember, the heartbeat sensors on the guns, the
That was the
model.
classics.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So it's just,
And ACR was the best weapon. You had the UMP as well. Oh my
Mhm.
god! I used to run a marathon lightweight. Oh my
and then you
ninja
got
used
the
to
nukes.
run around.
You got the nukes. You got the nukes too.
Yup.
So it's like, I don't know. It's a toss up for me. It's a toss up for me for sure. But it's between those two.
Well,
Mine for sure is Ghost. I
Ghost,
won the
yeah.
most money. Yeah, that's the only way. It's gotta be.
Okay, so you won the most money in Ghost, yes, but taking away maybe the competitive
If you take it away,
aspect,
all right, with the competitive aspect,
just the
then I'm
gameplay of the game itself.
Oh nah, Black Ops 2 then.
Black
Black
Ops
Ops
2.
2, like, it was just like from like when it came to public matches, when it came to the competitive, it was all just in sync. Like everything was just weaponized, like was really good. Like they had a main AR, they had a main sub, and everything was just made down to the T. To be honest, like that was the first game they brought in Hardpoint. It was godlike. It was absolutely amazing.
Well, I think we're kind of getting toward the close here. I know, Miles, that you've got a lot going on. You've got some 2-hour-long meetings that I'm sure you have to get back
Home
to now.
workouts, gotta hit a couple push-ups there. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they tracking the run times and everything. Sheesh.
Everything.
How scheduled is it? Is it like very, very regimented even though you're at home?
Yeah, I mean, you have like there's two blocks, like there's two-hour blocks to work out and run in, and then there's a 2-hour block for meetings. Everybody has the same
Mhm.
2-hour block for meetings, so that's the same. But like the workout schedule is kind of more flexible because you got people on the West Coast, you got people on the East Coast, Midwest, so it all changes.
Well, I'm
Who's the
excited.
funniest
Yeah.
player on your team? Like,
Ooh,
it's
good
gotta be Mark.
question, Jay. Yeah.
Mark Ingram gotta be the funniest one, right?
Oh
Big
yeah, no
trust?
doubt.
Without
No
a
doubt.
doubt, right?
Mark Ingram, the funniest dude on the team, yeah, for sure.
That's probably hilarious playing with that guy. He's a goat too.
He's a child, man. He's just a big kid.
Yeah, he looked like a big teddy bear, brother. But when he be out there, he be hitting you. I be watching.
Oh, I know.
He be hitting.
I know.
All right, Miles. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you stay safe and stay healthy while we're all in lockdown right now. And thank you so much for being our guest for the debut of the
For sure, man,
Loadout.
for sure.
This has been absolutely fantastic. We got to get you to play. You got to promise you're going to play at least some more Warzone. You got to promise.
I'm telling you, I carry you, bro. I got you,
If
man.
you carry me, I'm telling you, I got you. If we get on the game, I
For
got
sure.
you. I got you.
For sure. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I got you.
All right.
Love it. We're going to have to make that happen. Miles, thank you so much. Best of luck with everything. And I think we can all say we can't wait to see how you play the next season.
10
it was a
touchdowns.
blast.
I'm calling it. Double digits.
All right, I got
Double
you.
digits. That's what I want to see.
All
It was
right,
a blast,
Miles.
man. Thank God for having me.
Thank you
All right,
so
man.
much. See ya. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to have to tweak this around a little bit because my beautiful screen grabbing is not necessarily ideal. So we're going to pull Jay back into this frame. But now, at this point, I'm super excited because we are going to do a draft buff. And Jay, you're going to have to explain this to me because I've never actually done it before. So
What,
I don't...
draft?
Yeah, I've never done like a draft for any sort of game, whether
Oh,
it's
okay.
Call of Duty or otherwise.
Okay.
See, I'm getting really good at doing this on the fly,
There
actually,
you
so I'm
are.
kind of
Yes, you are,
impressed with
Katie.
myself. But no, so I want to know like by the way, guys, this will be a link in the description, so you can scroll down on the actual Twitch page. Let me pull up my Twitter right now, and I'll grab you guys that link. But what we're gonna do, we are sponsored by Draft Buff. You heard me talk about them a little bit at the beginning of the podcast, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a draft, Jay and I, for CDL Florida, which won't be this weekend. It will be the upcoming weekend. So let me grab that link.
My team's gonna be dominant.
But here's the thing. So I've never done that before. So I'm very excited to like do a draft. I don't necessarily ever do them for sports, but here you guys. I'm going to throw it in the Twitch chat right there. You can see Mubot also throwing up a link. So we'd love for you guys to do this with us, by the way. But you go ahead, you download the Draft Buff app on your phone. You can go to click into that link, and it will open it up for you. So I've got mine pulled up, Jay. So basically, okay, am I getting this correct that I basically have a certain amount of money, and I just have to like be mindful of
salary cap. Salary
Okay.
cap, girl. So when you choose an AR, you know you can't choose the top guns every time. You gotta fill in the slots with whatever remaining money you got. So like right off the rip on the AR, I'm going Wuskins. That guy's absolutely dominant.
No, really?
Yeah, he's disgusting, bro. I gotta go Mr. Wusky.
Okay,
for
wait.
sure.
So
That's
question:
every
if
one
you
man
pick
AR.
him, can I not pick him?
Oh, now you can pick whoever you want. It's all about who
Okay.
you're gonna fill in your calorie. I mean, in your space.
Okay, chat. Then I need your help, chat, because I'm leaning toward Octane, Seattle
Okay.
Surge, my hometown team. Do I go with? Well, I think we're going down from AR to Flex to SMG to the last two that are labeled as utility.
Yep.
So I need to know, guys. Do I go with Octane because that's kind of what's been on my mind, and I need you to help even the odds because realistically, Jay knows more than I do, so I need your help. Do you think I go with Octane as my AR or someone else? I mean, I feel like you could go with like an Arcides, but you really go with Wuskin?
Yeah, I'm going Wuskin. He's the king of vibes.
The
Come
king,
on,
okay, the king of vibes, but like,
Come on. When have you ever heard Wuskins like just like arguing with his teammates and like that? He's always the one that's putting it on himself or just feeling down about himself. He's never one of those players that like puts his teammates out there and stuff like that. He's just great vibes, great leader. Especially now because before Scraps was like overshadowing him the entire time. But this year, Wuskins is doing his damn thing.
oh wait, I
That's
trolled
phenomenal.
myself anyway. I can't even pick Octane because I forgot that
Mhm.
Seattle won't be at CDL Florida. So
See you later,
wait,
Octane.
is Methods is really that high up? Shoot. Okay, well let me look at these.
Oh, hella cash. I don't know why he goes.
I know. I looked at that. I'm like, why is Methods $75?
He's the same price as Wuskins. I was like, damn.
Wait, they got no faith in Phantoms. Prayers. Okay, I think I gotta go. I'm going with Assault. He's been
Okay.
playing really well. Minnesota looks amazing. I think they can do great things. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Mr. Adam.
Okay.
All right. So who do you got for a flex?
For my flex?
And how do I get to know if I'm beating the shit out of you in this?
You don't really until they play.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna kick your ass, but all
Okay,
right,
that's
flex. Who are you looking at? And by the way, reminder chat, the links are in chat, but please, we'd love for you to do this with us so that on future episodes, as we do these draft buffs, we can see, are you guys better than me? Are you better than Jay? We'd love to find out and hopefully eventually tie in some potential fun rewards and kind of events along with those. But who are you thinking for your...
For my flex?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the one and only. I'm going with the one and only, and that's Bruce. I'm going Dashy.
What, with Dashy? Okay.
Even though Optic LA ain't doing too hot, I just know I played with that kid, and let me tell you, he is something special. And there's nothing anybody can tell me about him. He is, without a doubt, probably the best player I've ever played with. Like, out of even my winning teams and stuff like that, he's probably the best player, like, raw talent-wise. I'm giving it to Dashy.
Wait, I'm so confused. Why is Priesta not at the very top?
Because Priestess is so...
Good question. You know what? I think, let's see, taking a look at all these. You know what? I'm going to go for a leap and go with Frosty because I like what I've seen out of Frosty so far on Florida. I think he's been pretty consistent for them and fuck it. I'm going to go with Frosty from the Florida Mutineers.
Okay. All right.
Wow, you seem not even remotely convinced by my pick.
I'm just hearing your lineup, and so far I'm blowing you out of water. All right, let's go. Who
Okay,
we got
okay.
as SMG? Who you got? Who's your main sub?
Well, I'm also just trying not to spend like all of my money immediately.
Uh-huh.
Okay, gosh, wait, I'm gonna be broke as shit if I pick who I want to pick. Pharaoh's expensive as fuck, man. Damn.
83?
Yeah, I know. Sheesh. Okay. Wow, this is hard when you don't have a lot of cash.
Oh yeah, I know. You have to fill it. But you know
Um,
me, I'm going with the main sub, the one of the tiny terrorists, up Beezy.
I mean, that's
Gotta
a
go
good
with
pick.
Beezy.
That's a good pick. Um,
How many coins I got left? Oh, I'm running low.
I know. That's what I was saying. You keep picking all these big people, and I'm like, I don't know,
I'm
man.
building a monster roster.
You know what? Okay, speaking of someone who had a monster performance this weekend, and I cannot wait to see them at Florida, I'm gonna go with Zuma from New York Subliners.
Ooh,
He
that's
had
my
a
boy.
yeah, he had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend with New York. So I have my faith in Tommy.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
How much money? Wait, how? Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. How much?
I ain't gonna
How
lie,
much?
I'm running low.
Yeah, I know. How much
I
cash you got left, Jay?
got 7 and 9, girl. 7 and 9.
Okay. Well, you got two more to
I
fill
might have to
in.
switch a couple people out. Let me see. At the utility selection, who are we picking? Because I was thinking another powerhouse, and then we could top it off with a comedy pick.
A comedy pick. Wait, the comedy pick's gotta be my favorite.
Oh yeah, comedy pick for me is definitely gonna be number one. That's just the one you fill in. Like, just expect him, like everybody else, to go absolutely off.
Okay.
Might have to switch a couple people around here, though, son.
I know. Let's see. 84. Okay, so I could do just like a troll pick at the very end. But all of the ones at the bottom are all subs. Or like literally team subs.
Yeah. Like 20 and below. Yeah. I might have to put in Doug Sensor.
I mean, of all the subs, you're picking Doug?
Whoa, don't disrespect my man.
You won't go with Cheen? You won't go with Cheen over Doug?
Hey, Gene's my guy too, but like Doug just like he's bringing that extra passion that people are just missing nowadays. Doug's walking in there like, I'm winning this entire thing. Doesn't matter. That's the confidence my team needs.
Let's see. So I have Minnesota. Okay. I think. Okay, I'm really torn. I kind of want to just ball out and buy God RX, but I don't think I could afford anyone if I do that. So I think.
I put a seam.
Ooh. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Minnesota Rocker. My man's been balling. He used to be a part of the stuff back in the day.
He's he's been a little inconsistent though. Are you worried about that?
Oh yeah. Well, obviously, with the transition from online, from LAN to online, it's kind of a jump. But don't worry about it. It's still his second year.
Well, you know what then? I think since I have enough money to do this, I think I'm gonna go with Pharaoh.
Okay. I have 31. So who am I filling here?
You have 31. Oh, I have 24. Wait, who'd you swap out?
I didn't swap anybody out. I might have to switch somebody out though right now.
Okay, I think. Well, then my last one is just gonna be, I guess, a sub. I guess, unless I can afford. Nope, I can't. You know what? Fuck it. I threw him out before, and I love him. He's my guy. Carries me to Warzone wins. We're going with Cheen as my fifth. We're going with Cheen as my fifth.
I had to make an adjustment here. I had to put in Major Maniac for Wuskins.
Okay.
That's fine. I can totally accept that. Now I got.
Wait. But am I screwing myself because like, should I redo this so that I have all 5 who are starting, or am I like setting myself up for failure by only having 4 that are starting?
No, you're not setting yourself up for failure. If you have 4 that are starting, you should try to get people all that are starting for sure, so you don't have to worry about somebody having a sub spot.
Yeah, you know what? No, I'm keeping Cheen. Cheen brings vibes. Nicest pro in the league, bar none. We love Cheen.
All right, so if I knock down,
you're like really thinking through this, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Oh, all right. I think I got my roster. And this is nothing else I can do. This is just how it's got to stay. I have 2 remaining coins, and it's just how it's gonna be.
Okay. Give me your whole roster, Jay.
All right, my roster starts. Main AR, I'm gonna choose accuracy. New York. Accuracy. He's gonna be able to, do the dirty work. Pull out the main AR, just do what he needs to do for the team. And then the flex row, we're gonna keep Dashy. That guy's just raw talent. It's nothing you can do. You can do it all. Sniper doesn't matter. Pistol doesn't matter. And then SMG, we're gonna switch him out. We're gonna switch out a BZ and put in Temp.
A
Oh,
Beezy? Ooh. Temp
yeah,
was playing better. He was looking better this week.
Yeah, I'm putting Temp. You know what I'm saying? My man was doing this thing this past weekend, so I have to put Temp in there. And then for my 2 utility players, just because I know how aggressive Temp is gonna be playing, and I know Dash is gonna be, wanting people to run in front of him, so he could just be killing everything, just in case they don't always get the trade. I'm gonna add Asim. Asim's not gonna change, but I'm also gonna add Jerd.
Ooh. You know what? Okay, but I've been kind of unimpressed by Jerd so far this year.
No, yeah, I totally understand that, but Jerd's just always been one of those players like with his stats, like his stats don't really match like the kind of player that he is. He's always been that first player in, like regardless. And he's
Yes.
sliding in, trying to make these unbelievable plays for his teammates to open up the map. So if I have him and Asim and Temp just running all in front of Dashy, that's fine. Accuracy is just gonna be playing for the spawns. So I feel like my team is gonna be pretty stacked for sure.
All right. Okay. Well, chat, you heard from Jay on what his team is going to be with 4 coins to spare. I'm sticking with Assault. He's been doing great things. The World War II champs MVP. Gonna throw it out there. Frosty as my flex. Zuma as my SMG because Tommy is fucking amazing this weekend. He's looked great all year. And Pharaoh. I mean, how could you let Pharaoh, dude? How is Pharaoh not on your team, my guy? Pharaoh's fucking nasty.
F3, I know, but like talking about some champions here.
Fair. Well, I mean, we can argue if these titles in Modern Warfare are like titles or not, but I'm not saying they just won, but they did just won. And then Cheeto, I'm gonna round it out with Cheen. If only for the best fucking vibes. But okay, I hit enter now and it submits it. I guess that's my thing. Is that?
Yep, that's your roster.
I can't wait to smoke you. It's gonna be great.
You think so?
Okay, here's a question, Jay. Whoever loses, do you wanna make a wager?
Yeah, what's up?
A bet. I don't do actual money because I'm a sissy, but
that's fine.
whoever loses has to shotgun a White Claw.
Oh, okay. Well, I can shotgun a beer if I don't have a White Claw, but anything. Shotgun in general. Sounds good.
A shotgun? All right, for whoever loses?
Sounds fine.
Let's throw on 5 gifted on top of that.
Okay, all right. Damn, you make it a little spicy. All right, cool.
All right, folks. Well, we have finished up our drafts. Once again, you can see it in the links in chat. We would love to have you participate with us in these draft buffs going forward. We did our lineups for CDL Florida. That will not be this weekend. It will be the following weekend after that. But thank you so much for everyone joining us and supporting us in our debut episode of the Loadout. Jay and I had a blast. Having Miles on here was an amazing experience. He was fantastic. And we'll be back every single week. We're still finalizing times. It looks like it will be on Wednesdays in the afternoons. We will get that information to you as soon as possible. But in the meantime, thank you again for your support. And I can't wait for those 5 gifted, Jay. I'm looking forward to them.
You ain't gonna win, girl. I got all 5 starters talking about.
All right, guys. We will catch you later. You can find this on Spotify. You can find it on iTunes. It will also be on Jay's YouTube. Mine as well. We'll give that information to you guys. But much love. Mwah. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next week.